Thank you so much for stopping by. I'm super grateful that you are here, and I want to take this opportunity to show gratitude to my new subscribers and those who are watching these videos. Thank you so much. And for those of you who are watching without subscribing, what the hell are you doing? Okay, let me give you a few seconds to subscribe. I'll wait. Thank you so much. In today's video, I would like to share with you some mistakes that I did as a new mom, postpartum, right? That's after I had given birth. There are some mistakes that I made. Giving birth the first time is a little tricky. It comes with a roller coaster of emotions that you're not prepared for, right? And you are never ever prepared for motherhood. Never. There is no manual that has been written that shows you how to go about the motherhood stage, especially the first time motherhood. Okay. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you some mistakes that I did, which is normal. And I'm grateful for those mistakes because they are invaluable for me in my learning and in my growing as a mother. The first mistake that I did was to overwhelm myself with unrealistic expectations, right? Because as new first time mothers, we set all these expectations for our babies, for ourselves, for just anything, because this is the first time that we are experiencing this kind of thing. This is the first time something like this is happening to us. We are excited, we are afraid, we are anxious. In fact, the feelings are overwhelming. One of the mistakes that I made was to overwhelm myself with unrealistic expectations. What do I mean by that? Few weeks after I gave birth, I started being worried about my body. I started wanting my body to go back the same way it was, or close to how it was before I gave birth. And we all know that this is possible, but not immediately you give birth. Okay, because I learned that your tummy stretches 1,000 times more than the normal state. Okay, it grows 1,000 times more than more than how it was at the initial stage. So imagine that level of growth, that level of protrusion, okay, that you experience when you are pregnant, and then you want your stomach or you want your body to just snap back to how it was before you carried your little bundle of joy, which is something that which is some pressure that I put on myself so much, so that I was no longer enjoying motherhood. I was focused now on my focus shifted to me snapping back, okay, to my to my pre-pregnancy body, right? So how I fixed this was to take some time to soak in all that I had been through, all that I had just gone through. I had just birthed a human that was growing in my body for 9 whole months. I should not expect that my body would just snap back, right, to how it was pre-pregnancy. So I started showing myself some love. I started showing compassion to my vessel, to my sacred place, which is my body. And I did this by what I ate. I chose lots of vegetables over starchy things or carbohydrates. I'm just giving you a foretaste to another video that I'm working on, which is on how to lose weight mistake, right? By treating my body with kindness, showing myself love, resting when I could, and just accepting that my body had been through so much and that it was going to take me time to be able to get my pre pregnancy body back. The second mistake that I made was to neglect self care. Whew, this was huge. As a new mom and a first time mom for that matter, Well, I don't even think there's any difference because anytime that you have a baby, you are a new mom. If you have 10 children, you've been a new mom 10 times because every child is unique. That was me drifting away. Like I was saying, neglecting self care. Self care is taking care of yourself, basically, which is very important for a new mom because it's one of the ways that you take your mind off your baby for a few minutes or a few hours to focus on yourself. Your baby needs you um, to be emotionally, mentally, physically whole, well, present for you to be able to take care of him, right? You need to be all of these things for you to be able to take care of your child. So if you are lacking in any area, if you may not give your best to your baby. So taking time off to take care of yourself rejuvenates you. It refreshes you. Taking time off to bathe, to take a shower, because when you have a baby 24/7, it's all about that baby, and we tend to forget ourselves. Not like that is bad. Okay, that's just the motherly instinct in us. But you taking out a few minutes, a few hours of that time to take care of yourself, to take a bath, to sit down to a cup of warm tea, to sit down to a cup of coffee, to maybe your favorite breakfast is healing. Okay, there are people who have gone through, have just had a baby, and are experiencing postpartum depression. And if you look detailing into those people's routines, you realize that they don't have time for themselves. And this happened to me in my first and second pregnancies. Everything was all about the baby. It was all about the baby. Um, and even the people who come around you don't don't are not even helping matters because even the gifts they bring to you are gifts for the baby. Everything is rotates around the baby, which is not bad. But what about the mother? She takes little or no time to take care of herself. So that was one of the mistakes that I made. And how I fixed it was to take some time. I put my baby into a routine so that I could then have time for myself. From my baby's routine, I could carve out some time, a few minutes. It doesn't matter. It could be 5 minutes. It's very helpful to carve out time from my baby's routine and have some time to myself, right? If somebody comes over, for example, a family friend, a family member, a friend, you can just ask him to hold the baby for some time while maybe you sip on a cup of coffee or you take your favorite breakfast that you've been wanting to really relish for a very long time but could not because you had mommy duties to do. Okay, so I started carving out time, no matter how little, to take care of myself. A few minutes to take a walk outside is refreshing, to maybe read something interesting. The next mistake that I did was to compare milestones, my baby's milestones, with others, right? When we are pregnant, there are all these apps that we download on our phones to track our pregnancies, track your ovulation, to track everything, to track your baby's development when you give birth, right? So some of them come with some growth checklist that you need to be checking to see whether your child is developing normally or not. Okay, which is quite helpful. But then the mistake that I did was to compare my child's growth with others, right? With other children. If I saw a baby that was maybe about the same age with my baby who was, say, already crawling and my baby wasn't, I'll feel a certain kind of way. I'll feel maybe like my baby is late, something is wrong. And it will put me in a panic mode, sort of. How I fixed this mistake was I had to talk to myself to know that babies or children are unique. No two children are the same, right? Your baby could start walking at a certain age and mine doesn't. Doesn't mean anything is wrong with my baby, right? It's not just his time yet. Okay. So I had to focus on my baby and know that he is unique. He would check all the developmental stages when he does, and that's actually fine. So I stopped putting all of that pressure on myself and my baby because I felt like he was missing out, or something was wrong. And the next mistake that I did was to try to do everything alone. This is very I don't know if this happens to all mothers, but for a mother like myself who doesn't have a nanny, you basically do everything by yourself, right? So the issue that I had was, even when people came over, I was still doing things by myself, like almost everything. And it started to take a toll on my body because we are not machines, right? So your body starts to feel the pinch of you doing all that work by yourself. You just had a baby, yet you're running all the you're running helter skelter. You're all over the place doing the dishes, you're cooking, taking care of the house and the other kids if they are. You are making sure that the house is clean. You are taking care of a newborn. That can take a toll on your body. So I fixed this by outsourcing a lot of help. If I felt that I needed to have a power nap, I would call someone, my mom or my sister or someone I trusted, to come over and help me hold the baby while I slept, while I, just have some time to myself, have some peace and quiet, to take a shower, to lay down and rest. So thank you so much for watching. If you are a new mom, please do well to take care of yourself. Okay, your baby needs you whole, healthy. Your baby needs you to be strong. And also, you cannot be serving from an empty cup. So do well to fill that cup. Okay, thank you so much for watching up to this point, and see you in my next video. Thank you. Bye.